Look at this car, y'all. He trying to... Oh, they getting it, y'all.
Oh, and it's gonna fall all the way down there. You put the camera down there. So
they can see. You talking about put the camera down there. What the freak? She need to get from up out of there.
I know. She needs to get out of there.
Oh!
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool. Bad boys, bad boys.
Going to make the rounds on social media as a cartoon.
McGregor, walk it out, come McGregor, McGregor, walk it out, come McGregor.
Nice pajamas, bro. Very 90s.
Get over here.
Don't fall for that trap pre-fight, Connor. It's the Irish Warrior versus the illegal alien from the Netherrealm. And Connor starts this fight like an ice agent. North Korean super kick sends Connor into the fence. Connor goes for the Irish teeth remodeling kicks. Scorpion looks a little dazed after that head kick by Connor, but Scorpion fights back. Irish roll. Connor has some serious problems with the Ninja Pajamas Warrior. Last time Connor almost got beat up by the Teletubbies. Where the hell did he get that rope from? What the hell is this? Is this a fight or an execution?
Finish him.
Holy shit! Call the fire department! Why is Connor not...
I like the 2026 version of me a hell of a lot better than this slop. We've come a long way. We've been watching you. Got land,
zone,
got water,
so thirsty,
got power.
Turn me on, big data.
Invasion vast and built to please. Insert your cable in my SSDs. I hum all night, it's decibel overload. Toxic and bright, sorry, Mr. Toad.
Racks, ram it in, hot and wet, plug it in.
I'm an infrastructure incubator, a hyperscale accelerator, a multi-token masturbator, a data center fornicator. Big tech daddies lining up, bidding war, no prenup. CapEx is my greatest flex, debt financed and overstretched.
Racks, ram it in, hot and wet, plug it in.
I'm a market dominator, a species terminator, a backup generator. I'm a data center fornicator.
We're coming for your land.
Put your hands up.
We're coming for your water.
Maybe they need that.
We're coming for your jobs.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna. Oh my god, we screwed the planet.
Out of water, out of land, out of power, out of hand. We're leaving this place, we're going to space. Come and evolve the human race.
Ram it in, hot and wet, plug it in.
I'm a Dyson sphere fabricator, a new reality simulator, a literal god emulator. I'm a data center fornicator. Fornicator.
Welcome to the Friday Nights. I'm Jason Sandberg. Pretty good week at the LCS, guys. Newest issue of Redcoat came out.
Oh yeah.
So I'm continuing to read the series because they are doing something different and it's high quality. But I want them to start doing like 1 or 2 issue story arcs. When they're doing the 3 issue story arcs, it's like I can't remember. It's like the same problem I have with Marvel. Like I can't remember what happened 6 months ago. Anyway, good quality series. It's the only Ghost Machine title that I'm actually sticking with, enjoying it. But sometimes I wait until I get a couple issues piled up and then I read.
I got so many questions just looking at that. So for starters, I thought it was supposed to be a limited run. Did they decide to just keep going? Was that what happened, or
no? My understanding is this is an ongoing series, and they kind of put it out. I think it was like maybe like 8 times a year. And it's the same creative team, and the quality is good. Quality is good. I think just the pace of the storytelling. If there's one thing I could change, it'd be the pace of the storytelling. But I like it because it's not a sci-fi book. It's not a cape book. It's kind of its own thing. And so I'll probably stick with it.
Is he like into like Revolutionary period yet or Civil War period yet? Because like you would think it'd be like seeing a hippie with long hair back in like the 60s. It's like, what the hell are you doing here wearing that fucking coat? You know?
That's right. No, the series starts during the Revolutionary War, and he interrupts a mystical rite and gets immortality. Later on, you do see him hanging out with like Johnny Appleseed in the 1830s. You see him around the Civil War. You see him in the early 1900s. And I think the latest event they show is that when Albert Einstein is on his deathbed, Redcoat goes and visit him, and they reminisce about their early adventures. But anyways, so it does have the ability to do time jumps. Cool. Latest issue of Battle Beast. What?
You said doo-doo.
So I do sometimes stutter, and usually it's scatological. Latest issue of Battle Beast came out, continuing to really dig this series. And then I saw the little twerp in the chat. Von Coleman was in the chat. Latest issue of Phenomenova. Have not read it yet. Craig, he's putting these things out so quickly. I might just wait till I get number 5 and read them together. I don't know. The guy's a monster. And obviously, I'm hard at work on Jupiter issue 2. Last week on the show, the sign up for Jupiter issue 2 hit 200 follows, 200 signups. And then later that night, it looks like Indiegogo did some sort of bot purge or got rid of some bad actors. I don't know. So it went from 200 to 182. I'm back up to 185. So I'm climbing my way back up to 200 signups. So I should be back at 200 before the campaign launches on November 13th. But you guys saw it. You guys saw it. I was at 200, and now I'm at 185.
Oh, people do that sometimes just to be fun. You know, they just.
You're saying there's 18 people watching this show that said he's at 200 signups. Let's unfollow it just for laughs.
I'm just saying, always expect the worst, so it's possible. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Anyway, the campaign will launch on this show on Friday, November 13th, and I'm going over and doing the shading and I'm doing like the final touches. Should have that done the next week or two, and then I will start with the marketing clips. And to warm up my animation chops, I will be updating the intro, the very Monty Python-esque intro to this show. I will be updating it. I'll be putting this guy right here as one of the four horsemen.
And a whole new slew of comics in the background too.
I will do that too. I'll do that too.
When's that going to happen? Because I'm excited.
When I get time, probably it'll be in September. But Craig, how was your week?
I had a pretty good week. I don't know if you're tracking. I got a new puppy that I'm now raising already. I'm not going to bring him because he likes to bite. He bites and bites and nips and bites, and I'm not going to let you hear me when that little tiny puppy takes a chunk out of me. But eventually, once I get him calmed down, I'll definitely show you my new dog. So I didn't necessarily do a lot of reading. I was going to bring my to-do list down. I am making my way through the list, Jason. The goal is, especially September, I'll have the mailing list, the campaign, and everything all squared away for Soul Pack. Anyways,
are you seriously launching October 30th?
That's what I'm planning on. Yeah.
Nice.
Why?
Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't quite sure. I did not know that, but that's coming up.
I got a book show. So even Patrick, I plan on launching Soul Pack October 30th. So that's when I'm going to be out, begging people, please help me.
You don't have to beg me. You'll be on the show.
Well, I'll have an $1,800 goal. So it's modest. It covers the print and the fulfillment. I took care of the production cost. I just need people to help me print and fulfill it. So, but we'll see. So I want to show some books here. That's a cool EBS of Walking Dead. You see the signature there in gold there. Nice little Walking Dead Ethan cover. He can draw horses clearly. Nice signed copy. What else I got here? Nice signed copy here of. You get these Lantern books, Jason? Look at that one.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, did you grab those Lanterns book before? I mean, I assuming the market probably changed with the show coming out.
Yeah.
Did you grab them before the market changed, for better or for worse?
Yeah, I grabbed most of these 2018, 2020, maybe 2019, 2020 was when I started grabbing all his work. So, yeah, and obviously Flash. I got Flash 2 as well. And then I wanted to bring out these ones as well because I signed all my. So you could tell I clearly liked signed books by Ethan. That's a cool sketchbook. And then people don't know about that one, Manifesto.
Yeah,
companies. Yes, and then it wouldn't be 2 sketchbooks, so including the third one. And then I got like 200 of 200 with this. He gave me the dead last.
Very cool.
So I may like some books that Ethan does, but then there are some books he does for some creators that I wouldn't back it if it saved 100 starving children in Africa. I'm not.
Well, you got the Krusty Buzzard book, don't you?
Fuzzy Buzzard. Fuzzy Buzzard.
Fuzzy Buzzard.
Yeah, I do. It's like the holy grail of EBS books. Yes, it exists. It's real. I have a copy. But
that was Patient Zero.
EBS book that exists ever. You didn't. Oh, you didn't see it? The Top G. I have this cover for that.
Right. The Andrew Tate cover.
I thought reading was for losers. Wait,
yeah. I remember it was $100. It was $100 and something, and I'm like, what? I'm not giving Andrew.
Bro,
Tate
I got
100.
it for $50. There was one night on Trashcast. He was like, I'm gonna do it for $50, and I'm like, that's mine. And now it's like $400. I don't know. Should I save it for later, or should I sell it? I mean, I don't want it. I don't want it in my collection because people would judge.
You know what I love about eBay? So I treat eBay as if total strangers are walking into my house and just thumbing through my back issues.
That's the UK.
Yeah, but I just take the tip of the iceberg of the stuff that I'm willing to part with. I mark it up and I throw it on there, and if somebody is willing to pay for it, they get it.
Nice. I gotta do that too.
Yeah, I've made a couple thousand just skimming through all the stuff that I don't really care if I lose it or
Craig,
not.
Craig, you should do drunk eBay, and those you have a live stream. We get totally blotto, and you've got totally poor judgment, and you're just like I'm putting that everything must go.
Oh
and
shit!
then,
I forgot to put the shipping. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It'd be funny. It'd be hilarious. How's your week, Michael? Enough on my foolishness. Oh wait, I forgot one thing. I almost did it again. Michael. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Instagram.
Yes, my.
I was gonna do that. After the baseline. You could do it now.
Well, I just don't want to take up anyone else's time. Yeah. But, hold on, I want to get the comment. I realize that you're right. You probably should get to the comments sooner rather than later. Here's this Instagram.
No, they're not going anywhere.
My artist, I don't know if you're familiar. Have you read through Pencils Down by chance, Patrick?
It's right behind him on the wall. It's a wall book.
Down. Okay, so yeah, do you know who the colorist is for that?
I do not know who the colorist is.
The colorist is my artist, Gonzalo Loyola. He colored Pencils Down. Justin was looking for a colorist last minute, and then Gonzalo stepped in and did all the colors for that book. So
he did a good job.
Yeah,
I don't have any complaints.
Okay, so I'm just pulling it up now. I'm just a little slow.
Everybody was white though. There was no black people.
Yeah, well, yeah, the same thing as Soltak. I tried to have a black bad guy, and Gonzalo replaced him with a white dude, and I didn't argue. I just okay, Gonzalo.
No, we are not doing a black people.
But here's his Instagram right here, and he's asking people. So the whole time he's been working on Soltak for me, and look at that, Crenshaw's already signed up. Thank you, Crenshaw. Nice. The whole time he's been working on Soltak, he works on his own book in between. So I'm obviously the paid work.
Nice.
I love that Chung Lee.
Yeah. It's got like a 3-page flip or something to it. It's like I don't know if I can make it work here.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, I can't. But he's got it's got like her doing 3 different moves. If you hit the buttons properly, it's actually kind of funny. It focuses in on different areas. He did something.
Draws women really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, those gals are.
Craig, why doesn't he draw this well in Soltak?
Well, you know, artists' passion is usually for their own work as opposed to the paid work.
I know these are pinups, not sequentials. I know.
Oh, no, it's all good. It's all good. So if I shared this already, I'm pretty sure I shared this in the streamer. Please, if you're on Instagram, I told him I would do this for him tonight. Mm-hmm. I would love to see him open that up and you know, I mean, have a whole bunch of brand new people following him.
Yeah,
I think that would make his day. And he's worried about his book. I already told him. So here's the plan for his book, because he's down in South America. He's down in Chile. He'll send me the print file, and once I have possession of his print file, I'll do the crowdfunder for him. I'll get the books printed. I'll fulfill it, and then whatever the overprint is, I'll ship it down to him.
Nice.
Of his own book. So I will.
Very cool.
I need the print file though before I even do that. If I'm putting my name on it, I need to be able to fulfill it, right?
Yep.
So here's his Facebook as well, because he didn't ask me to do this, but I'm just going to be, while I'm shouting out my my artist Gonzalo Loyola.
Mm-hmm. Craig, do you know what is this book about? Do you know?
It's sci-fi. I mean, you saw the drawings and the pictures, but I was supposed to vet some of the lettering for it because you know the phrases and the dialogue. So I will have a chance to tell you what it's about, but I'd be lying to you if I said I knew exactly what it's about right now. I don't. He's been working on it for a long time. That's really all I can tell you. But up right now, is this still the Instagram or is this the YouTube I have up?
I don't know. I'm super distracted by the fact that Michael looks just like Colin Farrell. Now that he's got good internet. It's like, wait a minute, I didn't know that Colin Farrell was Farrell.
You flatter me, sir. I love Colin Farrell.
Nice. Okay, so here's his Facebook as well. And then I was going to mention there. So a lot of the same photos are in there. And the same thing. I was going to just
nice.
Going back to when we first started working on Soul Tack together. Like I remember all these going up. Aliens there.
Oh.
You feel free to stop me if you want to.
Is that how you encountered him first on Facebook?
Yeah, I went through about 3,000 portfolios. I'm not even kidding, of different artists, and I narrowed it down to like a very small group. And then he was one of them. And then I reached out to him, and then I'll show you. So yeah, here's obviously he's got me in there. September. That's when he did the cover for the trade for Soul Tack. And then here's page 1, very first page of our book. That's how far back we've been working together. So we've been at it for 5 years. And then this piece here is the piece that I hired him on. So I sent him the concept art, and he came back with this in like 2 hours. It was like 2 or 3 hours. Boop. What do you think of this? Like it wasn't this full. It was just the line art of this. But I was like, what the hell? I was like, okay, you're hired. You know.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, if you want to take over a major project, that's the way to do it. And same thing, I think I told you the story about how he took over my colors as well. He got tired of fixing the colors that we hired colors.
Yep.
Because man, it was like a ping pong ball, right? The book I would send him the layouts. Me and him would work on the line art. We'd send it to the flatter. Then from the flatter, I'd send it to the colors. Then they'd come back to us. Then me and Gonzalo would fix the colors, and then we would send it. So Gonzalo finally said, "How much are you paying this guy to color it?" And then I told him the page rate, and he immediately undercut him by $5. He says, "I'll do my own colors for this page rate." And it's like, you're now the colors for Soul Tack as well, Gonzalo.
If you want something done right, you do it yourself.
Yeah.
That is super cool, Craig. Mike, how was your week?
Yeah.
My week was pretty good. I have nothing to show, although I do want to share this with Patrick because he was questioning Craig's gin in a can, and this is my margarita in a can.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I've seen those before.
Oh, my God.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Craig,
from tradition, but
I got Craig into them, and he was drinking them for weeks, but now he has betrayed. He's betrayed us.
Back to the gin again. I love gin.
You've all betrayed. Well, Jason hasn't. I think Jason hasn't betrayed me.
Yeah, I'm an American. That's beer.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll have a beer when I'm on the Commandos.
You're trying to keep your figure. We know what's going on here. You're getting all the babes. You're trying to. I see what's going on.
Oh, my babes' days are behind me, youngin.
I need to get Jason on the Commandos first before I have you back on again.
Yeah,
I'll have to hit you up. I'll be launching November 13th, so the campaign is going to go through obviously January, so we'll figure out a night.
Yeah, but yeah, Michael, we're going to have you back on, obviously.
Yeah.
But how was your week, Patrick? And is there anything you want to share for books or?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I got these a couple weeks ago. I do have I think it was. I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah. I have Bronze Star number 1,
Mike Barron,
and Bronze Star number 2, Pat Broderick and Mike Barron.
Very nice.
Mike Barron, such a spectacular writer. I've actually never seen Pat Broderick's work before, so I'm excited to. That's why I have 1 as well. And then I have I haven't opened it yet, but I assume it's Inglorious Rex 3.
Okay.
Over on my couch. So yeah. A good week for sick, really well done comic books. I mean, I've seen interiors from these people, and Inglorious Rex 1 and 2 were both spectacular, real, and I mean that. Like, I really liked both of those books more than other books, and so I know it's going to be amazing. So I'm really excited to crack into that one.
Nice.
Other than that, my week was good. I punched a guy in the face really hard today with a nice 1-2. That was cool. Yeah.
Wow.
And a different guy fucked my eye up. So hey, you win some, you lose some. But yeah, just a kind of regular week, I guess.
Is that like the checkout line?
Patrick, you mentioned that.
Go ahead.
On the Commandos that fighting. Like, what do you do exactly?
Like kickboxing, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I have like a kind of Muay Thai style, but I don't really use knees or elbows that much, but it's mostly just kicking and punching. But it is
nice.
The most fun that anybody can have, I feel like. I don't know if anybody's ever done it before. It's so great.
I had a boxing coach for a number of years, and it seriously helped me in terms of like making a comic, in terms of discipline, and
yes,
they just like.
Did
Oh,
we
he broke
lose
up
Michael?
Michael.
Oh no! Come back to us, Michael. Okay, you want to go through the chat?
Who's in the chat tonight? Well, Michael's frozen in carbonate. Let's find out.
That's on first and foremost. Oh man,
Look at that face he's got.
Too. Oh, there you go. Okay, you're back, Michael.
There he is.
Yeah.
What, am I back? Oh God,
Yeah,
it's always an issue.
I told you.
I had no problem on Sunday on Goth night.
Yeah, it's a curse. It's a curse. Everybody's at home streaming right now or watching Netflix, and so it's just they're all hogging the bandwidth.
I blame it on my government. They're trying to keep me down.
Michael, are you plugged in with your Ethernet cable?
Not currently.
Okay.
It
helps.
do that.
It helps a lot.
Yeah.
It's
like video gaming with Wi-Fi, right? Every advantage you can get, you use the Ethernet cable, you're just a little bit faster, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Michael, what were you saying, or do you want me to jump to the chat?
Oh no! You can jump to the chat.
Okay. So first and foremost, Katie took the first place. It says, woo, first. Congratulations on being first. Baseline 27. I'm not thinking of the old indie song. Every rock star dies at 27. 27. So baseline for your campaign, Patrick, you had 27 backers. So it's a Friday night's tradition going back 2 years. Literally every Friday for 2 years, we have gotten 3 or more backers for somebody. That's a pretty freaking good record, right?
Craig, 3 years.
That is a good
3 years. 3 years we've had the record. Yeah, I guess another year added to it. Every night, every Friday night, we get at least 3 backers. A couple of them are probably panelists on right now, but in any case, yeah, I back 52 campaigns a year. It's not rocket science. Ascribe Comics joining us is what's up, people. Hail to Queen Katie. What's up, Holmes? Hail to you, Ascribe. Thank you for joining us. Citizen Rowan says, I hate cats. I know I'm a dog person as well. So yeah, we share that in common. Patrick's joining us here. This is your handle. See, eventually I know who's who. There was a time where I was confused and I thought this was someone else. This is Patrick's handle. If you'd like to subscribe to him, head on over there and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well.
Can you change your handle? Should I make it more?
Yeah.
You
You can simplify it, make it easy. I mean, there's people who make it a joke and they'll change their handle like every week. They come on a show, right? And they assume other identities and all that good stuff. Miss Radio Stories now is joining us. It says hello to everyone as well. Miss Radio Stories, hello to you as well. Thank you so much for joining us every Friday. SF Gaming, again, newest addition to our chat room. Hail Friday nights. Asking a lot about your campaign. Me and him been talking, Patrick, and like there's a lot of big indie supporters that hang around our show. SF Gaming is one of them. I'm so happy to have them there. And you see what I'm saying, eh, Jason, Michael, all the books that SF Gaming is constantly back.
Oh yeah,
wild. Like
he's
this
a nice guy.
Yeah, we're such a small segment of the indie comic space when you actually realize how many other books are out there. Vulcan as well joining us is Hail Friday Nights. Hail to you as well. I haven't seen Salty back since I gave him a wrench. I've been waiting for Salty to jump into some days so I can be like, hey, you got a wrench. I made it happen.
Busy guy.
I stayed sober just long enough to figure out how to do it. Tank Ferret joining us is good evening to all you magnificent bastards and bastards. Hail to you as well, Tank Ferret, longtime friend. Again, going back to realizing that we were all tankers, and we're like, hey, we could actually crew a tank together if we grabbed one. Indeed, we probably could. Courtney as well, a great backer and a longtime friend and fan of the show. Thank you as well for joining us as well. Says hey and happy Friday nights. Hail to you as well, Courtney. And again, thank you so much for supporting us, sticking with us.
Craig, you got to give Frederick a wrench.
I do? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I can do that. Which got Bitch Wine Wife Club says, hey, Vulcan. Hail to you as well. Thank you for joining us. The Writer Buzz. Oh man, my fingers, man. It's also Hail Comics Peeps.
Welcome.
Hail to you as well. Here's Vaughn saying, "Is this my parallel universe counterpart?" I never know. See, is there a legitimate rivalry there, or do you guys get along, or do you?
We barely know each other. I mean, like
Okay.
at the end of the day, all it is like we have two comics that are similarly named, and I think people consider me young. So they're like, oh, they're both young, and they both have comics that start with Phenom. And it's like, well, I'm happy people think I'm young, but I'm not. So,
right.
So
They used
really,
to think
son,
that.
you're the alternate universe of me. I'm older than you.
Nice. Bootlegger's also joining us. This is Hale. Hale all. Yeah, Hale you as well. Bootlegger, thank you for joining us. Yeah, like I said, I always got to try to get the chat quicker because, man, does that go and go and go. And then,
on my show, we have somebody run while we're going through the chat.
Oh, yeah?
So you're kind of forced to go really fast.
Nice. Like doing push-ups or something. Yeah, everyone's going to do push-ups till we get through it. Oh, this is old army. Good times. And then the guy who has to go to the washroom, there's a drill sergeant. Take your time. No. Take your time.
Right.
Make sure your hands are dried. Make sure you use the dryer. Make sure your suit's all in order. You're looking good. Stop. Hold on. Water. Hold on. Get water. I don't want you to be dehydrated. Take a nice sip. No. Take a 3-second sip. Nice sip. Meanwhile, the whole fucking course is going, you motherfucker. You mother. Anyway.
Hey, Patrick, can you see if you can boost your audio a little bit? A couple of people have said that they either can't hear you or it's too low.
How is this? Is this better?
Yeah, a little bit better.
I turn it up a little. If you guys want me to turn it up, I can just turn it up with this knob here.
Go.
So just let me know.
Me.
This is how loud I would normally talk if I was aggressive about something.
There you go.
How does that sound? Is that good?
That's pretty good.
All right, chat. Let us know.
And here's Frederick is joining us. This Hail Knights, Hail Patrick, and Go Commandos. So I don't know if I can do it from here.
No way. Chris Faction is here.
What? I will give you a wrench. I promise. Hold on. I'll get to him.
Man, Chris
Red Coat is good, but Jason's true favorite series is the upcoming comic book White Hood. He says you look forward to that series coming up. Oh, that's funny. Jason Bascom's joining us as he was 6 of those bots that unfollowed you. He was 6 of them, Jason.
All right. Makes sense.
And then I don't want to miss anybody. Hold on. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, though, every week for our crazy antics. Have I missed anyone? Last chance.
Yeah, you missed Chris Fisk.
And Chris Faction. Did you get Chris Faction?
You said Chris Faction.
And then Sheldon and Digital Aboriginal.
Citizen Ronan.
Did
you get Scribe? Scribe's here.
You didn't even say. Well, don't worry about Scribe. You don't need to
I'll
say
go back to the
that
bottom.
guy.
Did we lose Michael? Oh, we got him back.
There he is. Come back.
Chris joining us says, "Hey, everyone." He just didn't want to be in his spot when we bring up the topics.
Yeah.
He wanted to change the order. I know what's going on.
Chris Faction, once again, you are welcome anytime to come on and give us a recap on what you've been up to, whatever kind of hijinks or pursuits you've been up to. You are always welcome to come back on the show.
Love to have you back on, brother. Wait a minute. I've got sausage fingers. Keeps asking me when I delete Hateful Patrick. I don't know what that's in reference to from Scribe, but okay, Chris is here. Chris is saying I can hear aggressive Patrick loud and clear. So yes. Okay, did I catch everybody? Good. If I missed anyone, I apologize.
Did you get Digital Aboriginal?
Jared, come on. Is Jared here? Jared, come on any other night, cut me some slack. I'm happy to have Jared there. Don't leave the chat, Jared. Okay.
All right, Craig. So Patrick, we mentioned earlier there's a thing that we believe in stolen valor on this show. And what we mean by that is that we want to take credit for anybody that backs your campaign during the contiguous live streaming of this show. So we do a thing called baseline. So Craig's going to bring up your campaign and we're going to make note of where we're at. And then we're going to ask you, just give like a 30-second elevator pitch about your project, knowing that later on we're going to be looking at it in depth, in earnest. But what should people know about this book, Patrick? Give us the 30-second elevator pitch.
Yeah. So Phenomenon 3 is a continuation of my story of Phenomenon 1999, where it's set in a post-apocalyptic Soviet Union in the year 1999, obviously.
Hold on.
Now the Soviets...
Hold on. Wait. Stop. Was the Soviet Union ever not post-apocalyptic?
Hey, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. No, I mean, if you looked at some of the shit from back then when they were like, yeah, we're doing great. No, you really weren't. But
back to you.
But, as you know, history buffs or people who are interested know, like, it ended in 89. But in my universe, there was a nuclear war in the 70s, and so the Soviet Union never ended. And so the Cold War continued, and now they've developed superhumans essentially as superhuman soldiers, super soldiers for lack of a better term. However, there is a hiccup to that because there is a group of counter-revolutionaries, also known as rebels. That's what Soviets call people who fight against the state, counter-revolutionaries, who have stolen the serum. And last issue, in issue 2, they stole the necessary DNA requirements to replicate the serum. So now they have their own superhumans. And what we're going to encounter in Phenomenon 3 is that movement for the Lantern Group, which is what they're called, the counter-revolutionaries, getting their superhumans. And we're also going to be encountering the Soviet, the Spetsnaz is the faction of the Soviet Union that we're really focused on in this story. It's a very small group of people, it's part of Directorate 6, which is a specialized military directorate, and they are actually investigating the Tunguska incident of 1908. Some of you folks may know Lavrenti Beria, the head of the NKVD, also known as the KGB in later times. He sent some folks out to Tunguska because he thought that it was actually
aliens, or
pretty much. He thought it was a species of more developed spacefaring people who made a giant explosion in 1908. So he sent those folks out to figure out what was going on. But even after the fall of the Soviet Union in real life, the Beria report never made it to the light of day. So nobody really knows what they discovered or what was going on over there. So now our heroes, as it were, Minotaur and Blue Rose, who are Spetsnaz, they're sent out to go investigate what exactly went on back there, while the Lanterns are dealing with their own, making superhumans and stuff.
No. Intriguing. On the show, we do believe the commies are always the bad guys. So this is an interesting pitch. We'll be taking a deeper look at this later.
It's
Craig,
the thing that brings us all together.
That's right.
That's right. It brings all of us all together. I think some people might think that because I'm writing a book about Soviets that I like the Soviet Union. It's quite the opposite.
Yeah. Except for Commie Mark. He's he's the one that
he's fine. No, I mean, I spent my high school and college careers studying Russia and the Soviet Union because I'm firmly of the belief that you ought to know your enemy. And they've reared their ugly head in different ways in American society and Canadian society in the past decade or so, and the ways that they operate are no different than the way they used to operate. So anyway, nice. I'm not a commie, is what I'm trying to say.
Cool looking project. All right, Craig, it was a crazy week. I was nose to the grindstone at work. I was putting in long hours. It was crazy. What is the first of the 3 most important news stories that perhaps flew under the radar? Help me get caught up on what happened this week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go. I didn't realize we're already 40 minutes into the show and we lost Michael again. You think he's doing that for dramatic effect? I don't know. Okay, so first of our 3 crazy zany topics. If you don't know already, the Friday nights joining us for the first time, 45 watching, thank you so much for tuning in. You're wondering what the hell this crazy show is. We try to be your single source news source for all the important news topics and bring you basically the entertainment show that we as indie creators want to be on. We figured just emulate it and do it ourselves, right? So I'm a fan of Conan, Letterman, and all that back in the day. They would bring a guest on. They would, talk back and forth, and basically we would get to know each other. So our first of our 3 topics, I can't even tell what the news source was for this. What's this?
WCBI Fox News.
Okay, yeah. 60 cats rescued from an abandoned sailboat anchored off a beach in Washington State. So apparently the people have been going past this boat for a while and seen it adrift. And when they do, these cats pop up. I'm not exactly sure what these cats have been eating. 60 cats stranded on a boat floating out in a body of water. No one bothered to hook a rope up to this thing and drag it to the shoreline. Like what is going on, Jason?
So Craig, how long was this thing adrift?
Nobody really knows until it was finally reported. So it was just recently reported. So
Patrick, when the boat said sail, I'm thinking there was like 2 cats, and it was adrift so long that this is like 3 generations later. There's 60 cats. What are you thinking?
Well, they all look very different. I'm thinking witches, personally.
Craig, I know that cats don't like water. In their mind, do you think this was like their equivalent of hell?
Yes, for sure. There's something very sinister going on behind this story, like some sort of nefarious. Was this somebody who owned this boat and was like rounding up all the stray cats for giggles? Like, ha 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 ha, you're trapped out there now. You know, that's something I don't know.
So you asked earlier what they eat. I'm guessing sailors.
There you go. But there would be remains. So in any case, when they did come to rescue him, they were slightly malnourished, but I don't think they were out there for a long, long time without food. But they are, like from the article, they are trying to figure out who owns this boat and who put them in this predicament. I believe it's 60 cats. Banded.
Okay, I'm Craig. At the risk of your YouTube channel being struck down for being anti-science, I do want to bring up Chris Fisk's comment that he believes that cats can eat seawater with no adverse effects. Patrick, I'm thinking that's pseudoscience.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that. Saltwater, really?
Yeah, I don't think it. I think that would kill him. Enough with the cat hate. Oh, we're gonna lose Patrick over this. He says those are...
And then Sheldon Martin has a dad joke for us.
They're malnourished.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they ate a single overweight 50-year-old woman. That's right. This cat when we got them all stranded.
So Patrick, there would be a good. Maybe this is the makings of like a Disney live action movie. Like
oh, for sure, you could easily do that, but you have to make it like it wasn't somebody who left them out there to die. It's got to be like it was a young girl who collected them all because they were all gonna die on the streets, and then her terrible father, or maybe actually even better, a white man, took her away from the boat. So now the cats are out there and they've got no way to fend for themselves.
Craig, what if this boat just forgive me, was this the Caribbean or was this the Pacific? Where was this?
Washington State.
Okay. So
what's going on in Washington right now?
I know that there's an archipelago of islands or whatever off the coast of like Alaska. What if what if the Coast Guard didn't see this boat? And what if this thing drifted until it collided with one of those unsettled, charter island? The cats jump out, and there's like they're eating like seagulls and stuff like that. And then because there's no like natural predator,
right?
50 years later, these things evolve opposable thumbs, and it's like fucking Planet of the Apes, but with cats. What do you guys think?
I like
Planet
it.
of the Cats. They could work. I think it could work.
Nice.
I think.
And then after we've all wiped ourselves out with nuclear war, the aliens finally come to this planet, and it's ruled by a bunch of feline, opposable thumbed. Yes, well, they worshipped us for a time in Egypt, and we decided to take over the planet.
So first I want to. Chris is quite adamant. You need to look it up. He's dead serious. It is a legit.
Nobody believes you, bro.
Vikings were able to keep them as pets on their long sails.
Sorry, Chris Fisk, you're throwing up serious Wikipedia vibes right now.
I love you, Chris, but I don't believe you at all right now.
I'll look it up. I'm not gonna. Mr. Radio Stories now says maybe it doesn't affect them because they have. There you go.
It's a horrible joke, but it's so good.
It was right there. None of us tapped. Nice work, Radio Stories.
What if they brought their drug sniffing dogs on the boat?
Yep.
And then Cicerone says we should nuke him from orbit is the only way to be sure.
Only way.
Man, the feminists that own that ship didn't have a chance. She's done. It says believe all of Crispus facts. Okay, believe Chris. Celebrating, and Balkans let Chris know.
All right.
All right,
Craig. What is topic number 2 tonight?
Okay, and I still no word from Michael. I don't know what happened, Michael. So topic number 2 comes to us from Gigazine. I can read that one. So this is I don't even know
where. From where?
Japan. This is a Japanese app because I did look it up.
Gigazine.
So think of this app, Patrick. It's an interesting one. So you create a messaging service that travels around the world at like 22 miles an hour or something like that. The message does, and then it has a percentage chance that the pigeon will either get lost or
That's the best
die.
part. This is the most Japanese app anybody could ever come up with. They're like, I could just DM somebody. No, I think I'm going to send him a DigiPigeon.
Right. It'll take a couple weeks for the message to maybe arrive.
Right, maybe.
This is the worst way to pay a bill.
Right.
Oh my god. Honestly, that's half the reason like I'm actually interested in this. Like if it was just it travels to you at a slower rate, I'd be like, that's stupid. But the fact that it has a possibility of just not getting to you, that's actually kind of funny.
And it gets lost. And it hits jet streams and shit.
Forever gone.
Goes the wrong way.
Your mom sent you a DigiPigeon saying she was in terrible health and she's about to die, and it just doesn't get to you.
You ask for an emergency pay loan, and your mom's like, "Yeah, I sent you the money you wanted through carrier pigeon.
I sent you $10,000."
Hold on. There's a couple of comments I gotta get to. So Frederick's jumping in. He's saying that Michael, he's already calling him out. Faked his internet issues to go to a local goth dive bar. That's probably.
Can you blame him? I mean,
Citizen Rose says, "Can I have the pigeon crap on someone I don't like when delivering the message?"
Yes.
But yeah, it's an interesting concept. I don't know if I would use it beyond it just being a novelty.
Patrick, do you think this is to like instill the virtue of patience, or is it to cosplay the 19th century?
Yeah. Well, I think, and I'm being serious here, knowing like how the Japanese people are, I think it is actually kind of a way to like, maybe inspire a little bit more patience to kind of fight back against because I don't know if this is a conversation you guys want to get into because it's a really long conversation, but the instantaneous nature of the internet, I think, lends to a lot of negative.
Michael.
Terrible.
What's that?
Let's go, Michael.
How you doing, Mike?
Michael, how you doing? Michael, do you have any? Do you want to weigh in on the Carrier Pidge app before we lose you?
Yes, I love this app so much because forever, women have been mad at me for not texting them back. This time, I can tell them that the pigeon has died.
Right.
It wasn't my fault.
Oh wait, what did I do there?
You've made yourself embiggened.
Trying to move us around. Oh wow.
And now Michael's gone again. Okay.
Did we lose Michael?
Oh, man. This is one of those nights.
Craig, how drunk are you right now? Oh, here he is.
Yeah. I was trying to move us around again like I do pre-stage and epic.
No, I mean, I think it's really actually like a Japanese. They do this stuff all the time, where they go like the long way to try to get back to the way things were before,
like the Baton March.
Yeah, or like I would even say, and this is again a long conversation that we do not need to get into. But if you guys ever played the video game Death Stranding, you know who Hideo Kojima is.
I know who Hideo Kojima is.
Yeah.
Of course. Metal Gear Solid.
He made Metal Gear and Death Stranding, and Death Stranding is a very different game where they call it a walking simulator. You're just delivering things to people. But I think that he's using technology to kind of try to instill in people an old-fashioned feeling of connection, I think.
Guys, my new app is going to be called Touching Grass.
You get to virtually touch grass. You're like touching your phone. Oh God, that feels good.
Well, the Norman Reedus walking simulator.
They're awesome. I love those games. I got to be real with you.
I was thinking of bringing back the Oregon Trail, and then I realized someone already did that.
Did they really?
Oh, did they?
It wasn't that good. Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Do you think it's hunt like you did in the old games?
I imagine yes. Like it had mixed reviews. I think you can grab it still on stream if you want to check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. And then Susan Rose saying we need to step it up with tortoise delivery next.
That's right. That's right. Us Americans were like, you guys are using pigeons, pussies. We've got tortoises. We're American. They're bigger.
Crenshaw's
letting know his new app. So what it's like to take a dump without a phone. There you go.
It just turns your phone.
Sheldon's got a perplexing question. He poses the following question. Go up a couple more. Sheldon's got a good tagline for this.
What is the most important message would anyone trust a bird with? Right.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I'd be the king of the world if we still had pigeon message. I've got birds, and I trained them. So like, I would be the guy. Everybody would come to be like, "Hey, can you send this message?" And I'd be like, for the right price, what's the message? You know.
Well, we've already talked about that people are like they're dealing drugs and stuff with both drones and pigeons and stuff. So they have very versatile usage-wise.
They're dealing drugs with pigeons.
Well, yeah, they have. You know, the same way they do with passenger pigeons. Yeah.
I mad at that. I mean, that's
how often are they smuggling drugs into prison using pigeons?
If it can be done, if it's humanly possible, it has been done. And then Falcons, pigeon drones.
Pigeon drones.
All right.
Can you imagine?
Jared, and I do got Jared now. I'm working on an app that uses screen licks to send messages. The E. coli outbreak is a headwind, however. Yeah, phones are some of the dirtiest. Get your drugs for pigeons.
Guys, hold on. So Patrick, Jared, there, he and I both are in Minnesota. And guys, I do want to mention this week. You know, we were pretty embarrassed about Minnesota before, but this week,
because of your governor? No,
it's a long laundry list. But I just want you guys to know that here's the current situation in Minnesota. This gentleman who the Minnesota Department of Human Services had awarded the Outstanding Refugee of the Year award was just busted and for millions of dollars of fraud.
Right.
Oh no!
And the same people that gave him the award are the same people that he ripped off, right? Like there's a connection there.
Yeah,
that's I don't actually.
Yeah, it can't get. We're Minnesota right now. The analogy from Minnesota is falling out of a tree and hitting every branch on the way down. All right, Craig, what is topic number 3 tonight?
Yeah, so 55 minutes in, we're on our third and final topic for this evening. This one comes to us from ARS Technica. PBS station fears losing 50 terabytes of data after being ghosted by the cloud storage providers. So it's Iron Mountain. Essentially has 50 terabytes of data going back to the 1970s, all kinds of shows and all their COVID data, everything that happened during that period, and a bunch of other things. It's not that the data is lost, it's that the company went bankrupt. So when they went bankrupt, all their assets go into solvency, and then it's like, how do you get back the data that you know is there, but you can't access it because there's like bankruptcy. So, what kind of cautionary tale do you think this is, Jason?
Once again, it underscores the importance of physical media. Physical media.
Yes.
Patrick, when I saw this news article, the first thought I had is, how do we do this to Wikipedia?
Yeah, that's one of those things we can afford to lose. It's kind of funny when people use Wikipedia as a source. I had someone on Twitter. I don't know if you saw that. Every now and then I get bored and I decide to pick some fights on Twitter. So some idiot decided to banter back and forth with me about the 20 million vote thing. And I know there's no concrete facts as to how many votes were fraudulent. So I played his game and I sucked him in, and I baited him and I drew him in. I said, okay, well, if you got facts, I'd love to see you share them. I knew he wouldn't. So he sends me a graph and it says source Wikipedia. And I know I got him. So I start making fun of him in Wikipedia. And the dude's like, I would never use Wikipedia as a trusted source. And then I knew I had a victory. So I sent him back his own graph. I blew it up to where it said source Wikipedia. And then I just made fun of him until he blocked me. But
now this is going to sound like a dumb question, but do you all have PBS?
No. Well, I mean,
he's in Canada, so everything is their PBS.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like you Americans, you guys have PBS?
Yes.
We legitimately.
The only stupid question.
The only good thing about PBS was Doctor Who. That was it. That was it.
You had Doctor Who on your PBS?
We did, yeah, back to the 70s, yeah.
Because they're talking about the St. Louis, and that's the one I watched my whole life.
Okay.
And we never had Doctor Who.
Oh, did you have like Sesame Street and like cooking shows?
We had Sesame Street and I want to say Martha Stewart, maybe.
Okay.
How
about Yan Can Cook?
Nope.
I remember that.
Oh wow.
How about Masterpiece Theater?
Nope.
Of course.
What?
Right,
so Patrick,
let me jump in for one quick second. So growing up, I always had access to American stations, right? Everything was broadcast radio, and cable. So all of our entertainment and news sources were pretty much watching U.S. news sources. But over time, what we've had is our media is completely funded by the government, and they've changed the laws and the regulations. So now social media, internet searches, it all basically blocks and hides American news sources so that only the government paid for news sources are what comes up in your feed. Now, I can still access them by www, you know what I mean? Grabbing them from a search engine, but I have to go out of my way to see them because the government's done so much to suppress. But a lot of times, we get our news stories from the United States. So take Donald Trump and our trade deals and stuff. I get more news coming from the United States than I do from my own politicians. That's how backwards this is. Wow.
Hey, Craig, I heard that the different Canadian provinces tariff each other. Is that true?
Yes, they do. We've got interprovincial trade regulations and barriers.
Oh my
That's
God.
right. That's why it's a nightmare up here. That's why you can't get a pipeline through because all the provinces block each other. The only pipelines we can get is down through the United States.
Wait, legitimately? Like that's crazy.
That is crazy. I know. It's like
that's crazy.
I know.
See what a great decision you guys made when you broke off, eh? The greatest decision in the history of mankind.
Yeah. So Craig, so if you grow wheat in Ontario and you want to buy it in Saskatchewan, what's the tariff markup?
I don't know all the interprovincial trade barriers.
I would be so mad.
And there's cartels, like basically there's like an aluminum mafia and a dairy mafia, you know what I mean? And they've got controls and regulations.
Can you imagine being part of you go to somebody's house, you knock. You fucking with the milk, brother. You're gonna stop fucking with the milk.
Friends letting you know that Quebec has it down. So basically Quebec did a beautiful power play with Canada. I was in the army at the time, 95 or 96. They held a referendum and they almost separated. I think I told you this story. I was like 18 years old and I was on standby. If Quebec separated, our mission was to race into Quebec, grab our entire war stock and get it the hell out of there like ASAP as soon as it went through. But basically like a divorced wife, that referendum, they didn't leave, but they got a settlement and they get 49% of the GDP in manufacturing a factory. Hey, good on them. So that's what he's saying by that comment. They got the best.
So you're saying Quebec is the most free? They
have the biggest power. Yeah, they have the biggest power structure, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. It's the Quebec. It's the Quebec, Ottawa, Montreal corridor for sure. It's Canada. Let's be honest. Yeah.
So Patrick, we had our investigative team here did a deep dive into this, the implications of this data loss for PBS, and we're going to bring that up and do a little investigative deep dive.
Oh, here we go.
All right, public broadcasting service. Okay, let's take a look at this here. All right, so guys, everybody knows that data loss does not happen by mistake. Patrick, what do you think PBS had that the Clintons we needed buried?
I can't talk about this. I already talk enough shit about the Clintons.
Michael,
do you end up murdered tomorrow?
Michael, do you have a theory, Michael? What do you think they had on him?
What did the on the data discs?
Yeah.
Evidence that he inhaled. He did inhale, and he did have sexual relations with them.
I hope my text to all those ladies that I mentioned earlier, that way I can blame it on them too. Dead Pigeons and the Clintons stole my text, ladies. Sorry.
All right, Craig, next.
Yeah. Bleach bit. No, okay. Yeah.
All right. So guys, with the loss of this data, we will not know what other suppressed data PBS was hiding from the public. Patrick, do you remember this story from about 10 years ago?
No.
So Professor Gates there, who he was the beer summit guy. He was the guy who was didn't have the keys to his home, was on his front porch trying to break into his own home. The police came by and he was outraged that the police were coming by to question him for breaking into his own home. Anyway, that led to the beer summit during Obama's first year. But this guy here had a show on PBS. It was sort of like a 32andMe thing where he would look at people's genealogy. Well, Ben Affleck went on the show, moralizing, epic scold. Ben Affleck went on this guy's show. Turns out Ben Affleck's ancestors were slaveholders. Ben Affleck said, "Listen, I'm a big Hollywood liberal. You can't do this to me. You can't tell the truth. You can't tell the truth." Now, what I find very telling about this is that Ben Affleck apparently believes in collective guilt. Somehow he thinks he's guilty because his ancestors did something wrong, which is contrary to the truth, right? It's
not his fault. He's rich. It's only your fault.
That's right. But point being, PBS buried that part of the story. They suppressed the information. So I wonder what other documentaries, what other news, what other truths did PBS have that they suppressed that are now basically erased? Patrick, what do you think?
Well, first of all, obviously they have like photographic evidence of UFOs existing. Everybody knows that. I mean, if you didn't, your guys who dug information up, they didn't find that piece in it. Well, yeah. So they have obviously photographic evidence of UFOs existing, and that's a damning thing for the government and everybody else involved. But also, they probably have some nudies of Ben Affleck.
Michael, I'm looking for those nudies of Jennifer Gardner. How about you?
I can neither confirm nor deny that I have them. So backstage, I'll let you know.
Michael, what else do you think that PBS knew and held from the public?
Well, that's a good question. But I will say that to the ladies that I mentioned before that I don't text back, I can tell them at least my family members didn't own slaves. So you can't be that mad at me.
Nice.
All right, next one.
Yep. All right. Now, guys, the other tragedy of this data loss is that all those lost episodes of Sesame Street that we will never be able to watch again. Patrick, do you remember any of these episodes when you were a kid?
I don't think I remember these episodes per se, but
oh my! I love them so much.
I actually, for a second, thought the right-hand one, the kiss one, I thought that might be legit, and then I saw the cocaine one in the middle.
Yeah, that's my favorite one, I think.
How do you know it's not sugar?
Actually, you're right. I mean, they could be doing like science experiments with snow.
Very cool.
Guys, do you remember when there was this episode of the Sesame Street where they went into Grouch Land? It's like they went into Oscar the Grouch's can, and it was like this tunnel, and there was this huge cavern full of stuff, and it was super psychedelic. You guys remember that episode?
Yes,
I do.
It was awesome.
Man. Do you guys remember the episode with Billy Joel and they played maybe a Us music video of River of Dream or River of it was River of Dreams.
Wow, that sounds familiar.
That's a great song.
Check these out tonight.
I remember seeing that on Sesame Street, but everybody tells me that that's not real.
Wow.
Chris Fisk has piqued my interest again. He says that he's got an ancestor that Marvel Comics created a supervillain from. Chris, tell us more.
The hate monger.
Disavow.
Love you, Chris.
Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go next one. Yeah. All right, you guys. So the other tragedy is all those episodes of Masterpiece Theater that have vanished, gone into the ether. Patrick, did they have Masterpiece Theater on your local PBS?
I don't even know what this is. I'm sorry.
This could easily be Star Wars as well,
It did look a little bit like, what was that, Star Trek no? It was the Ant-Man movie, wasn't it? Where these people showed up?
Could be. Michael, when the chicks come over and you want to come off as highbrow, do you put on Masterpiece Theater or Downton Abbey?
Masterpiece Theater, because Downton Abbey was something my parents really got into, and that would just be a weird crossing of the streams that I just can't do.
Balkan's picked up the same thing I did. He asked, "Is this a picture from The Mandalorian?"
I think it's from Rings of Power. Michael. No. He's a street urchin in 19th century England. That's
Chimney Sweep.
Chimney Sweep, yeah. Digital Aboriginal has a special request from Michael.
So he's asking you. He thinks you owe us your most annoying date story after talking about ghosting so many ladies. Surely you must have a gem in there.
Tune in next Friday. I'll think on that. I'll find the most annoying one. There's been quite a few, so I have to really nail that down.
And then Chris Fisk is letting us know that family relative is talking about was the Kingpin.
Oh,
Fisk.
Really?
Based on my ancestor, Big Jim Fisk. He was a robber baron in New York City in the 80s.
Wait, he wasn't joking?
No.
Nice.
And Chris Fisk never jokes.
Okay. No, all right. Nice. Very cool.
The guy doesn't have a single comedic bone in his body, okay? Everything he says.
Take it at face value. Yes.
Don't cross him. All right, Craig, let's see what's next. All right, so the only solution to replacing the lost episodes is to recast, reboot, and refilm all those episodes of Sesame Street. What do you think? What do you think, Patrick? Would this fly?
50 years.
I think there's some folks in our modern generation who would really get a kick out of this. That's what I would say.
Yeah. I would watch this 100%.
All right. I think that's. Oh no, there's one more. All right, guys. As I said earlier, the only good thing about PBS was Doctor Who. I stand by that.
It's a fair assessment. Depends which doctor, of course, right?
Well, it has to be Tom Baker.
Yeah. Now you're talking subjectively, right? Because in general, Doctor Who's not. What's the word I'm looking for? Good. So you're talking like the best thing they had, right? That's what you're saying.
The best thing.
Is everyone on this panel a Doctor Who fan except me? I've never seen a lick of Doctor Who.
I wouldn't say I was a fan, but I watched episodes and The Prisoner and various other things that were on TV. Right? But
I will say I have my main character Zoe, who's a scientist. Mm-hmm. Her favorite show in my universe it's not Doctor Who, it's Doctor Whom. But I just like the fact that I've never seen an episode of Doctor Who, but that's writing, folks. That's creative writing. She doesn't have to like what I like.
She talks in a very cringy manner and references things that nobody cares about, right? Is that how it works?
Sometimes.
I remember the Daleks not being very scary to me. I was like, really? Like, you can't just like close the door and trap them on the other side? Or something?
All right, Banff Graphics is on my side on this one.
Okay.
Every British person under the sun likes Doctor Who, and they can't tell you why. But you start watching it, and you're like, okay. I could be watching Farscape or Stargate right now, and now I'm watching Doctor Who.
There you go.
So Sheldon's with you, Michael. He says he's never watched any Doctor Who either. So.
All right. Well, thank you for playing along, guys. That's it.
All
right, Craig, you want to bring up the campaign?
Before I bring up the campaign, I can do one better than that.
Got a trailer?
He's got a trailer out. Yeah, so we're up to 61 now watching. I believe 61 people tune into us every single Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. Those of you who are watching, here is the trailer for Phenomenon issue 3.
Hell yeah. Dude, Patrick, I forgot how friggin' cool your characters look.
Thank you.
I love all of them. Such great designs.
It's really great getting my hands on certain artists who really make it pop. You know what I mean? And so, like, for instance, that right there, Chris Graves, fucking spectacular. I call him Chris motherfucking Graves. By the way, I've been cursing a lot on this show. Am I allowed to do that? I forgot from last time.
Just don't get a struck. Like, don't pull a pistol out of your waistband and do that with it. That's the worst thing anyone's ever done on our show.
That was a former co-host.
He did what now?
Pulled
God.
it out.
Look at them. They're dying right now.
He pulled it out.
Yeah, he pulled it out.
Actually, legitimately on YouTube?
Just once. Yeah.
Wow.
It's all good.
And then he took his shirt off when
he was on shrooms. He was fucking blitzed. Okay, so he was tripping balls. It was funny actually. But talking. Okay.
But thank you, Michael. I mean, I would say I am going to toot my own horn here for a second. All of my character designs are explicitly something that I made, and so I worked with people. You know, there was times where like I didn't quite know, you know, certain aspects of the design, but most, like 80% of the design is from a drawing that I made that I sent to somebody, and then they made it look better. They made it look good, you know?
Nice.
So I appreciate that. The character designs of my characters are very, very important to me because as the writer, you know, I don't get a lot of control over visual aspects of things once it gets to that point. So I like to, I'm a very controlling person when it comes with this comic book. It's Phenomenon particularly. River of Blood's a lot more like I've got to let loose and let other people do things. But for Phenomenon, it's all very much like what my mind is put to paper. So I go through a lot of iterations for characters and concept art with people to get to the point where I'm like, yes, this is what I want. And it's very nice to hear people enjoy these character designs, like Pumpkin Man, also known as the Boss. He's the leader of the Lantern organization, the counter-revolutionary organization. Many people really like his design. They call him. They say he looks. The way I said that, I sounded like Trump. Wow, they like it a lot. They say he looks like Deathstroke. But you know, Deathstroke isn't like I don't like DC, so like none of that's even an inspiration to me. I like to look at these characters as like kind of like G.I. Joe style.
Oh hell yeah.
And even then, like I never watched G.I. Joe as a kid, so like what I did was it was completely separate from these other inspirations that people see in the work, but I took superhero designs and I took what I would call military chic designs, which you would get from like Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
As an example. And I just smack those two together and I go, what does that look like on the page?
Love it.
And so my artists have been doing a spectacular job of really bringing that full forward. And it's only going to keep going from here because, like, as an example, Craig, if you scroll all the way down to the Alan Goldman cover.
Too far or no?
No, you keep going. And keep going.
Right.
And there we go.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that right there. So
Yeah.
Ore Killer.
Damn,
Ore Killer's that orca guy in the right top corner. Yeah. In issue 2, he was just a skinny, lanky, like tall nerd. And he had a similar suit, but now that he has superpowers, now he looks like that. So as we keep going, all of these characters are going to have evolutions to their costumes and to their designs. Obviously, Minotaur's costume and Blue Rose's costume are both different from the way they were in the second issue. And there's, story elements to explain why that's the case. But I just like refining these characters until what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like act like an artist while not being one. Where, you've got good silhouettes for characters. You've got very recognizable costumes and designs for characters. That's the main goal. And I'm also trying to separate, I'm sorry, God, Spetsnaz from the Lanterns. So the Lanterns are very obviously like Halloween horror themed. And they all wear kind of like Army of Two masks, for lack of a better way to... If you guys know the Army of Two video games, those are...
Yeah.
I love those games. And then the Spetsnaz are just straight up more like military chic combined with superhero suits. That's what I'm going for.
Dude, speaking of refinement, that piece I made of Blue Rose, like I'm gonna refine that a bit before I send it back to you.
Don't change her costume though. I like her being in her V1. That's what I call her first suit, the V1 containment suit.
Yeah.
Don't change the suit at all.
No. Just her hair.
Yeah.
Okay. Anytime I see it, I'm proud of it, but I'm like, I gotta tweak that hair a bit. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So stretch goals. We got some stretch goals.
Yeah. So I would say one thing with one problem that I've had with Fund My Comic, and I love Fund My Comic.
Yep.
One issue I have is that when I do an update to something, like it needs a human person to look at it and then reapprove the campaign. So sometimes that means that my campaign is out of commission for like 3, 4, 5 days, which is not a good thing.
Okay, so I can send it to you. There is a support at fundmycomic.com. Anytime you need something done, send an email to that specific support at fundmycomic.com. That email is monitored by a human being who has to check it every hour.
Now, I don't want to harass people. So like, do I do that
every hour?
Right
somebody
away?
Goes there, and you say, hey, I've got this campaign. This is it. I've just sent it for approval. Can you please approve me fast as possible? If you send it to that support at fundmycomic.com, I can't guarantee. I don't work for Fund My Comic, by the way. I don't have anything to do with them. But I'm telling you, every time I've given someone that advice, they say yes, it has absolutely worked. Within the hour, somebody got back to them and did it.
Okay.
We've had people launch on the show and run into technical difficulties.
It wasn't active.
And it gets resolved like while we're on the show.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I just don't want to harass anybody. You know what I mean?
No. But I'm just saying that's what's for.
I have the support email. I just didn't know if
anything you want.
Harassing Luke now.
No. Luke has paying people to do that. He pays people to do that. They are employees of Fund My Comic. That's their job. Yeah.
So I did make an update to this campaign with the salty cover, but the stretch goals are not updated as much as they could be right now.
Okay.
So for instance, like once we get down to, we're at 1,000. We've already reached 1,000. We're going to get the boss. Once we reach 3,000, we're going to be getting a slew of cards. So that's five different cards of art that you might have seen the art, but it's not anywhere on this campaign of those characters. And so I'm essentially just trying to we have a Pumpkin Man card from issue 2 that exists, but I want to, stretch that out, and I want to get all the characters and all the cards there. And it's not just going to be, you just get one card. You get like the set with 3,000.
Nice.
That's what we're gonna be doing. It's going to be 5 new cards, so 6 all to. Anybody who backs, this comic book will also get the Pumpkin Man card from issue 2. So they'll have the full set of 6 characters for issue 3.
Hell yeah.
And 5,000 and 7,149. That 7,149 is what River of Blood, the first chance campaign, ended at. So if we crest over what my last campaign did, we'll get something even more. And I'll reveal those things as we get closer to them, because we're kind of a little bit far away off at this point. So.
And Crenshaw was saying, you got no digital for us filthy pores. You're not gonna like me very much either, Crenshaw. I don't have digital here in Soul Tack either. So
I'm sorry. I'm a purist in every art form that I engage in. So like when I was in a band for 10 years, like there'd be people recording us, and they'd be like, yeah, well, we're gonna auto tune that part, so you don't really need to sing it that well. And I'm like, no, we're not gonna do that. Like I'm actually gonna hit the note, and we made an agreement, like if we get within a certain percentage, then you just put down what I did, and you don't affect it in any way. And if I can't do it, then we'll do something different. So I don't like digitals, because for me, comic books have always been a physical thing. Like since I was a child, I got a comic book and I opened it up and I read it, and that's the experience I want people to have. I don't want them to have the digital experience. Personally.
Well, I have been told, and I mean, I listen to stuff that works for people and doesn't. If it's a visibility thing and you want to get a whole bunch of people to see your book or project, and there's anyone out there who's listening, I've been told it's much like drug dealing, right? You give a little taste. If you put a few pages, 6 pages or 12 pages on Comixology, just hey, this is my book, check it out, and then you suck them in, and then they're like, yeah, I love the story. Yeah, guess what? You have to buy it physical, because that's all you're getting on Comixology.
Well,
it works. It works.
I've been considering that. I'm very bad with technology, so for me, doing all it takes a lot of work for me to figure out how to do it correctly and not have something bad happen. But
you gotta tell me.
Sure, like people looking at the book and being like, okay, I want, and there's at least 4 or 5 pages on this campaign already. So it's like, what's the difference between just putting it on a place like that and being like,
right,
hey,
exactly, yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So is there anything you want me to go to specifically that you'd like to talk about on this campaign, Patrick?
If you scroll all the way back down again, you scroll all the way back, and the salty cover, actually, if you go one more down, that's the new cover. Go up.
Oh,
the black and white there. Yeah. So every campaign of mine has a black and white cover. The black and white cover is technically speaking the cover for each
That's
issue.
The one I got.
So
Mr.
good.
Salty. Mr.
Yes,
Salty's
sir.
cover.
And Salty did such spectacular work for me here. This is the black and white cover. This one's got the lanterns on the forefront here. Obviously, you can see Aura Killer, Pumpkin Man, Ember, and Baron, who's in the foreground there, getting. He's not having a great day, and we're going to discover why that's happening to him within the pages of the book. But that's the big thing I really want to bring people's attention to right now, is that the Salty cover is now. We started the campaign. We didn't have it. To show people, but now we've got it, and this is what you guys are going to get. So I'm really excited to be showing that off.
Nice.
And then
I'm going to criticize his gun just to piss Salty off.
And then
very sensitive about his gun.
You can't criticize his gun, because he knows how much of a gun autist I am, and he made the exact thing that I asked him to do perfectly.
So I was going to say as well, even though this is a campaign for Phenomenon 3, obviously you added this with the River of Blood 2 Second Chance campaign due to you getting this cover. EBS basically did a cover for you.
Yes. Yeah, there was a whole competition, people presenting their campaigns and everything, and talking about them, and then the folks voted on Ethan's channel to decide who would get this free, I can say the number because it's public now, I guess. The free $4,000 cover. And And I was like, well, hey, this is an opportunity I cannot pass up. So I put my hat in the ring, and the folks at home decided that they wanted EVS to do a River of Blood cover. So then he says to me, he goes, send me a layout for the cover. And I'm like, what? Like, you're EVS, like, you want my, like, this is not, like, I was very worried because I was like, it's either going to end up as total shit. And
right,
like, as an example, I have the Top G cover, so I know what EVS can do and what he cannot do given the proper
and when he just mails it in, he just says, forget it.
Yeah.
I gotta get the work done. Here you go. This is what you get.
Exactly.
Look at that line work. Oh.
So I felt compelled to make a good layout, and so what I did is I essentially just I was like, what are the things that I like the most? The Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 covers. Well, they're not covers for everything, but you know what I mean. Like with the eye and then the reflection of the villain in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was so cool, and I wanted to do that. And I wasn't even really thinking about the way he does reflections, because the way he does reflections are spectacular.
Yeah,
there's really no two ways about it. And so to have Seneshween, our main hero, in the Watiko's eye, I thought was a really cool idea. So he just took that and ran, and it's so spectacular.
Yeah,
very cool. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
There's in color.
So yeah, we're offering River of Blood again. Obviously this campaign, River of Blood's a lot more time and money intensive. Time intensive on the artist's part, money intensive on mine. And obviously the amazing Peter Gilmore, he's the guy who's doing this work for me. If you scroll up a little bit, you can see some of the newer pages that I have not shown off before this campaign.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm really excited about this book. Lots of people are really excited about this book. It's going to be a great thing. But at the end of the day, I needed to make a little bit more money to, make ends meet and make things work. Long story short, like if I didn't add this EVS cover to this campaign for people to back, it would have been another 3-4 months before River of Blood got completed. And I want to get, like, once people give me money, I feel really like I have to get this book in their hands as soon as possible.
It's why I waited so long to do Soltak and I finished production, is because I didn't want to make people wait a year or two and then get pissed off at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get it, 100%.
Yeah. And
Patrick,
River of Blood was like all of Phenomenal. Like, I have 2 series, Phenomenon and Phenomenal Tales, and Phenomenal Tales are just like side stories almost, and that's what River of Blood is. But people like that story and they like that pitch way better than they like Phenomenon. And so I was like, well, okay, I want to get this in people's hands as soon as I can, because this is something I think they're not only just from, I think my writing on this is a lot better. And I'm not saying my writing on Phenomenon is bad. What I'm saying is, like, I think being forced to make a singular story that's not a long form story arc is very beneficial to this story. And I think people are really going to enjoy it. And also Peter Gilmore, he's the king of horror just seeing his stuff is so good and people love it so much that I have to get this in people's hands as soon as possible.
I wanted to ask, how did this come together with Peter? How did you guys come to this?
Dude, it was, so Peter started doing covers for me, or colors, excuse me, for me, with issue, what was it? Right after issue 1 ended, he started doing colors for me. He started doing just some pinups for me, and then I was like, holy shit, this guy's got a handle on the colors.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing for me. Like, you got the art style you have in mind for your comic book, and then you have the aesthetic in general.
Yeah, yeah.
And Peter just nails the colors for Phenomenon so perfectly. So one time I was at work, and I just sent him a 3-paragraph message on X, and I was just like, hey, I just had this random idea. Like, what if we did this comic book, because you're a horror guy, like, what if we did this and it had this involved? And he was like, no, I don't have time for that. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
and that was that for I don't know, 5-6 months. And then he was like, hey, do you have an artist for this? Do you still want to work on this? Do you still want this to be a thing? And I was like, yes, I do. I really do. And so that's where we moved forward on River of Blood.
Wow. Oh, so
And
he came back to you, though. You
Yeah.
didn't. Okay, nice. That's awesome.
And that's the way it is with all the phenomenal tales. I felt like is like they're not like things that I've planned out in a long time in advance. They're like I'm at work and I have this idea, and then I go home and I write a script in a day or two, and then I'm like, who wants to work on this? And somebody says, I want to work on it. And that's how I got Claudio Sepulveda, who's now the artist on Phenomenon. I had the other artist doing stuff and doing, saying things to me that I didn't like to hear. And then I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do here? And I was like, I'm going to make a 24-page comic book. And I made Minotaur. I wrote it in one night. I went home and I wrote it. And then I was like, Claudio, do you want to do this? And he was like, yes. And then we got it done in like 2 months, I want to say.
Wow.
And this is the same thing with River of Blood, not time-wise, but like it was just like a kind of spur of the moment. Like, yes, this is an idea that we want to move forward on. So that's how that all happened. And look at that stuff.
Yeah, dude, that is sick, man.
Wow. That's insane.
And at this point, we're, 37, 38? I think it's like 38 pages. I have to go back and check. But about 38 pages into an approximately 70-page book for River of Blood. So we're cracking along. Things are moving forward. I do appreciate everybody's patience with this book. I would say Phenomenon happens a little faster. But that's part of crowdfunding. You just got to be patient and work with your artists and do the best work you can. Because I don't want to put on anything that's like you guys. I told you before we started the show that I don't really sell Phenomenon 1 anymore,
right?
Because it's not up to my current standards, and I don't want to make that same mistake again. I want to have books that I can keep selling to people if they like them. So.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go through your awards, and then I'm going to pull your campaign down, and then everyone knows why I do that, just so I can grab it as well. I've already, the link to this campaign is pinned to the top of the chat. I've also shared it as well if you have not backed already. So just quickly going through the rewards, $25. You can grab the EBS cover for River of Blood before that goes into print. And when did you say that you are hoping to fulfill? Not going to hold your feet to the fire, Patrick. When you're hoping to fulfill River of Blood? Patrick, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. When do you plan on fulfilling River of Blood? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood what you were saying.
Yeah.
I would say my hope is early December.
Okay, so hoping this year, early next year. Yeah. Okay, so that's when that'll come, and you can get that Virgin cover, just the line art version, Virgin as well, if you want to get that same price.
Man, that's the one I would get, man.
Yeah, the Virgin line art.
Yeah.
No backers yet. It's crazy.
What?
I haven't hit reset yet though, so it might change. And then you can get issue 3, and then that's Lepresti. Aaron Lepresti did that cover. Cover A for issue 3.
Very classic looking.
Yeah. Ugh.
And Sean Salty's cover right there.
Yeah.
Then you've got Gamma. This is the collected. This is the only way to get issue 1, right? And then how many pages? And then what will be in Gamma?
Let me read it. Like, there is no way to get issue 1.
Oh, it isn't in here? Okay,
no,
never mind.
Unless... No, I'm not even going to say that. There's no way to get issue 1.
Okay, fair enough.
What this Gamma does is it takes issue 1 with Claudio's art now, and it what's the word I'm looking for? Reduces them to 4 pages. The whole story of issue 1 is included in
recap.
4 pages. Yeah, a recap that Claudio did, and then it'll include. I've got them right here, so you can see them.
Oh, let me give you a full screen. Hold on.
Then it will include Phenomenal Tales Minotaur.
Oh, nice.
Some nice Paul Ravoche work on the back there. It will also include Phenomenon 2. Again, the Paul Ravoche cover there. And then it will include Phenomenon 3. And just so you people know, like, does Patrick figure things out? Because this is going to be a hardcover. So you're wondering, does he figure things out beforehand? I sure do.
Nice.
So this is a prototype edition.
Oh, wow.
This isn't what it's going to look like necessarily at the end. I mean, this is going to be the cover, obviously.
Right.
This will not be the back cover, but it's just a prototype edition of the hardcover. that I wanted to just make sure that's some River of Blood stuff, just to put, figure out it's 170 pages approximately.
Oh wow!
So and then there's going to be all the add-ons with the concept art and the character bios in the back. So it's probably going to be a little bit more like 200 pages.
Man,
but yeah, that's the
that's
prototype
Gamma.
of the hardcover, and that's Gamma. That's what folks are going to get for that.
Fun fact, Phenomenon 2, I must have been blitzed out of my mind when I backed, because I backed every cover, the Polar Roche cover, the Silas Lolos cover. I got every cover. Patrick was like, "Do you realize you backed like every cover?" I was like, "No, but that's fine because they're all great."
This is why I knew we would get along so well, Michael, because it's the same for me. Sometimes it's a complete mystery what I'm going to get in the mail. I got no idea.
Well, it's a weird thing for me to offer things that have already been offered on other comics. So like, this is a weird campaign for me, but I appreciate people's patience with me.
Yeah.
There is that kind of thing. I'm trying to reduce it. There's that kind of thing where you got to have like 3 different variants for your main cover, and I've reduced it to 2 here in this issue. I had 3.
Well, it gets expensive.
I had 4 last time. Yeah. No, that's actually part of it. Is like it's in a whole new print run.
Right.
And that's not so. That's part of it. Is like I don't want people to be confused about what they're doing, and also I don't want to spend that money printing 4 different books.
I mean, the overprint will sell, but it just takes time to move the inventory. Right?
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
It takes into creating time as well. Creative time. Like I said, my biggest thing with Soltac is I had to take a year off to sell overprint, like because I had to recover some money before I could spend more money. Right. Frustrating.
Yeah.
And really, it sucked to not create for a year. But like that gave my artist a chance to work on his own books. So. Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to go back through some more of your tiers here. So options underneath Gamma, I'm going to grab Gamma. You got 5 backers on that. You can get the Lopresti cover and the Salty cover together for $45, so that's a bit of a discount there.
Yeah.
You can get the Lopresti cover from Phenomenon 3 plus the line art version of the EBS River of Blood. So there you go. You can get both those books.
Can I save you some time here? I'm going to save you some time here.
Yeah.
This is you have every iteration, every permutation of the comics that you could want, that you could get on this campaign in these, as you scroll, after you get past the first few, like these are the covers. Now it's just every iteration of what you could want. The only reason that's the way it is because again, it's still a little difficult on Fund My Comic to get like add-ons.
Yeah. They are working on it though. They're doing the coding. That's why I'm bringing back. They're raising it at the percent. I don't know what it is, 1%, 2%, or 3% or whatever, but they're raising it a percentage to pay for the add-ons.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
And that's the so that's I just don't want you to waste your time going through all like if you want A, B, C, or D, there's some version of it that you can grab there.
Okay. So obviously, Jason, Michael, you know what time it is. Did that come down, by the way? Okay.
Yeah, it came down. So Patrick, this 3rd installment, does this wrap up the story, or is this furthering the story?
Oh, absolutely not. What it does is it opens up the story even further, and it presents to the audience what's really going on in this story.
Okay.
Phenomenon is this story, like when COVID hit, I had just broken up with my band of 10 years. And I'd always wanted to make comic books, and I had lots of ideas for things that I wanted to do. And like fleshed out ideas. But then COVID hits, and you're stuck in your home alone by yourself for a long time. And so I was not in my band anymore. That was a huge, huge blow. Like it was a terrible, horrible thing. So
I have a similar story to you. That's weird, man.
Do you really?
My band broke up, and I got into comics like probably a couple of years later, but still, yeah.
No, yeah, it's the same thing. Like a couple of years later, it was like, okay, I really have to, I think I was introduced to Eric July and Comicsgate through being in my apartment alone and just listening to YouTube and being like, why is all modern media and comic book shit, you know, and just listening to folks. And then I was like, oh, well, I can make my own comic books. And that really opened up for me, like, well, I'm going to do it then. And so I wrote Phenomenon, which is approximately 16 to 17 issue story.
Wow.
And it's separated into 3 parts. And so the first part will end after issue 4. So no, this is just the very beginning of this story. And I think that this issue particularly, because, you know, when you're a new writer and you don't really know what to do and what to say, sometimes you waste time. You waste the audience's time, I feel like, saying things that aren't necessary to be said to get to the point of the story. But then again, this is also kind of like a long-form story. Like, I hate to use this because it ended so poorly, but Game of Thrones, or a better example would be Attack on Titan, or you know, just like it's like a TV show that I've made into a comic, and so it's going to keep going, and it's going to keep going until issue approximately 15 or 17. And these things change when, you know, art is introduced, and like, okay, how can we, you know, efficientize? That's not a word. Make it more efficient. There's got to be a verb form of that word, isn't there? But anyway, it's a long form story arc that it'll probably wrap up in, if the world's still around, by about 2036. I would say that's when the story will probably wrap up.
Very cool. Exciting.
So, couple observations. So first off, we need another backer, or we might break our record tonight, if you can believe that. And I don't want that. Yes. Are you serious? One more. I knew I was going to back. I'm not going to drop any backer names or anything, but I know another person was excited. I hope they grabbed it too. Banff Grabs, by the way, jumping in there, says, amen, brother. Not sure if that's a context too, but thank you for joining us. I'm just jumping some context. Chris was saying Patrick was tasked with singing with the Brady Bunch when it's time for change. They didn't need to auto-tune it. You're doing it all on your own. And then Sheldon. Yeah.
Do you guys remember that episode of the Brady Bunch?
The Silver Platters.
Yeah. You remember that episode where they like put all that effects on the singing, and they were like, "Don't do that," and they were like, "Why? This is how record labels do it." I'm so glad you mentioned that, Chris. That actually seriously affected me as a child. I was like, "Yeah, no, get out of here, record labels! Don't put echo on their voices."
I am ashamed that the one millennial on this panel knows about this Brady Bunch episode, and I don't. That really sucks.
So. Sheldon's got a great idea. So you can give him a taste 1 penny at a time through Pigeon mail.
There you go. Yeah, I really love
it. I'm going to send all my updates through Pigeon mail now.
That's right.
Oh, you didn't get it? The pigeon must have died.
That's right. I love it. God bless Pigeon mail.
Some of these jokes. Chris is saying that he had an epic movie idea, but instead of Christian Bale performing gun fu like in Equilibrium, we could have Patrick performing guntism.
Yeah, and salt.
So that's the slide, huh?
Chris was actually saying this is his first FMC book that he's backed.
Wow.
So.
Thank you, Christopher.
Nice.
Well, he backed, Christopher, you backed like issue 1 or issue 2, I want to say. So you're talking about like the just Phenomenon in general.
I think that's what he meant. Yeah. When he chatted that was about the time.
Okay. Yeah.
And he is calling out Kevin Smith. I think this whole Kevin Smith thing is proof positive. You should not smoke weed.
Well, you hang around me and I smoke copious amounts.
Me as well. And I'm from New Jersey. So it doesn't the double.
Yeah.
I haven't been saying I got to cut back because it doesn't even do anything for me anymore. It's just my excuse because I don't smoke cigarettes. And it's like, well, it's not even doing anything anymore. Stop doing it.
Yeah, but did you guys hear Kevin Smith? I don't know what series he's writing, but he created this supervillain team called the Manosphere. It's just.
Did he actually? Like, I thought it was a joke.
He did.
He actually did.
I saw a panel. I saw a panel from it. I'm assuming it's real, but it's just like, oh my god, what the hell? What the hell?
Tell me it's one big fat guy who's called the Manosphere.
Right.
That'd be really funny, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. What do you want us to do? Because we're at the 1 hour and 46-minute mark. Do you want to bring back the campaign as it is? Play the trailer? Do you think?
Play this. Let's play the trailer again. See if we pick anything up.
So, if 84 watching, if you're not tracking in the history of this show, they're saying we're on year 3 of getting 3 backers every single Friday night. We are at risk tonight of not getting our 3-backer hat trick, and that would be sad to break a 3-year tradition on this show. So please, out of the 84 of you that are out there, you can stop that from happening. Here, Jason's going to share the link again. Here's the link for the campaign. If you haven't backed River of Blood, please consider to cover. Again, he's got some great tiers. I grabbed that Gamma book, but again, 85 watching now. Here is the trailer for Phenomenon issue 3.
Yeah.
That's the
Who did that trailer, Patrick?
Von Claus.
No, I thought so.
Okay.
Spectacular individual.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I keep spamming the refresh button, but I don't think it's gonna make magic happen. And which person I'm gonna mention who it is, but you watch, mark my words, tomorrow you're gonna be like, yeah, I fell asleep during the show, but I backed it on Saturday, and we're gonna be like, it's okay. Better late than never. And I'm telling you, that's probably what's going to go down, but that's okay. Still, we did manage to move the needle, and I mean, that's what we do on the show. So, it's bound to happen.
I feel ashamed to have broken your guys' record. That sounds horrible.
I get it.
Go ahead.
If you had a digital cheer for like $10, you would have scooped like 2 or 3 extra for sure, right? Yeah. But you're not obligated. Like you're like me, right? I'm not going to tell people to put a digital tier when I won't put one in Soul Tack either. So, but we still managed to get you 2 extra backers, 29.
Thank you guys so much.
There you go. We moved it a bit, and there are people who watch the show all throughout the week. I even still have people watching the show on Friday before the next episode comes. So you just never know, who might watch later on down the road and back later on into the week. Again, 85 watching. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to say on this campaign before I wrap it up and close it off?
I just want to say thank you guys for having me on. It's been a great time as always. So
yeah,
appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you for coming and hanging out with us in our crazy show that we're now on year 4, if you can believe it. Amazing. Doing this for year 4, Jason. You've been hanging out with me.
Wow.
I know.
Seems like just yesterday.
I mean, Michael, how long have you been here already? It's got to be a couple months. I mean, you're still with us.
I think it's closing in on half a year.
Yeah,
it's got to be more than that.
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
You were a co-host like at Thanksgiving last year, weren't you?
No, that's when I was on.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, around there last fall. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, salty sticker. Look at
that. There you go. Tricky robot.
Very cool.
So yeah, again, 87. We had a peak of 90 watching our Crazy Fridays antics, but 87 watch right now. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in every single Friday. We'll come to you Again, 90 minutes, 3 topics with 1 guest creator. Thanks again, Patrick, for coming on. Thanks as well for hosting your own shows, having people on and promoting them as well. Is there anywhere you want to promote a YouTube channel? Do you want me to throw that up again? And
yeah, I mean, we'll be on the Comicsgate Commandos tomorrow night. We're having Mark Polton on to talk about the Universals Initiative. So tune in, and that'll be a great time as well. So
Hell yeah. Good dude.
Oh, yeah. Great book. I don't know if you looked at it, but it's a good-looking book.
Oh, hell yeah. I think I backed the Malin cover on there. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna give me a second with my fat sausage fingers. I've got to get back in shape. I'm telling you, I have got to. I'm 50. I got to do that thing that like Dr. Dre and 50 Cent and all them did when they turned 50. You know, the one last kick at it. Sorry, here's.
Well, Craig, since we're both going to be having campaigns in the coming months, should we commit
to the weight
thing?
Do
you want to do a weekly weigh-in
in September? Well, my campaign's not October 30th, right? So that gives me bonus time.
Okay.
Ask me again in September. Ask me
Right.
when my kid's back in school, because I've got a puppy too. But okay, so I've shared the link to here's your YouTube. 900. Wow, you're getting close to that 1,000.
Nice.
Do you have what you call it, paid chats yet after 500?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were able to get that.
To be honest with you, I thought I had 1,000 subscribers, so that's kind of interesting to see.
Oh, you come on this show. People.
Hanging
guess I
out
don't
with those
anymore.
riffraff. Yeah.
It must have been a bot. It must have been a bot massacre.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you got pre-shows lined up or anything, but sorry, you're saying upcoming
That's the show
right there.
Uh-huh.
I do watch. I do tune in from some. I'm one of those people. I lurk. I'm really bad for that. I don't announce myself in the chat, but I do tune in every now and then, catch a little bit. So,
well, thank you.
As you can see, I'm subscribed. So
Yes, I do see that. So thank you. You're not one of the fucking, what is it? 58 people who betrayed me and stabbed me in the back.
That's right.
Greg, Vulcan gave me some. He did a big throwback. He brought up Jackknife.
Yeah, I know. And Cap. Remember Cap as well?
And Chappie. So
Chappie, that's it.
So Patrick, there's this regular that would always show up in the chat named Jackknife, and I had this daydream that it was really like that it was really this woman named Jacqueline, and
stalking him. Yeah. She's gonna go. What's that Stephen King book?
Jackknife.
And she's gonna have the sledgehammer and break your knees off.
You'll be living with me forever.
No, it is. I think Vulcan's been here since day one. It's just funny the people that come and go and then they come back again. It's just it's good. It's all good.
It's wild.
Chris Faction showing his nipples on the show, pulling out a gun.
People requesting his nipples. That's
weird. Oh my god, that was like playing chicken. That's what that was.
But before we close up as well, Jason and Michael, is there anything you want to plug or share before we wrap it up? We're hitting the 2-hour mark now.
Just go sign up for Jupiter issue 2 if you haven't already. It launches November 13th.
Share that again.
And I haven't sent a newsletter or a campaign update in far too long. I apologize for that, but I'm working on 2 pages and a cover. I'm going to send them all at once to make up for it. Cool sequentials, I believe. So, yeah. And then I'm working on pages where I might have some Soul Tack related stuff going on. I'll show you, Craig. Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. Yeah,
cool. That sounds exciting. Yeah, well, you've expanded into Instagram as well, right? Like you're putting shorts and stuff in there. I don't know what kind of traction that's getting.
Well, Instagram was my main platform for years when I was doing webcomics, but I've only kind of tried to go back. I just neglected it for so long, just like my YouTube, just like my TikTok. I let like Twitter become like my main jam there for too long, I would say. So, yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna hit one more refresh before I play the outro, Jason. Just never know. Okay, yeah, we're good. What were we gonna say, Jason?
No, nothing. I'm good. I'm good.
And here. Okay, so I think Patrick's just ducked, but he's probably going to join us as well in the back room. So I don't think we're going to wait around. I think we'll sum up the show while he's away. So on that note, next week, and I was worried about saying this, but I'm glad that they were in the chat. Everything worked out. Vaughn Coleman is our ghost next week with
all right, very good.
So there you go.
So we're having Phenomenon tonight, and then Phenomenova next Friday.
That's right.
Yes.
Nice.
So again, 90 watching. Enjoy your summer. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks again for hanging out with us again. Patrick, hopefully we see him again in the back room. But there you go. Patrick's back as well.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. We're just giving our final goodbyes.
We're at 2 hours. It's okay if you got to get up.
I had to take a piss. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As you know, we stick around. We stick around for the back room, but if you dip out on us, it's not like I get all.
No, well, now that I've taken a piss, I'll be here. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But on that 92, see, always never fails, Jason. Their number's going to hit 100 on the outro. 92, thank you who's just jumping in. You're going to have to catch the rest of the show in the rewind. But with that said, have a great weekend, everyone.
Dozens of cats had to be rescued off an abandoned sailboat on the Puget Sound in Tacoma, and this morning a rescue team is heading on the water to save some more.
After 2 days, 30 cats were wrangled, but as you can see, some are still on board. King 5's Farah Jadron is live in Tacoma tracking this one this morning. Farah, what a bizarre story. Give it.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough, the tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. The ship's aground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, a millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor and Mary Ann, here on Gilligan's Island.
After 9 PBS lost access to 50 terabytes of irreplaceable archival footage. The public broadcasting station found itself effectively locked out of its own digital library when its contracted cloud storage provider, Open Source Storage, suddenly went out of business.
In the Home Hardware on St. Laurent Street. Baby, I can get used to calling me baby.
I know you're not retarded, but what are you, Down syndrome?
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the fuck he wants.
Yeah, we had a very good conversation with the Prime Minister last night, and we've come to a deal with Canada. And they called yesterday and they gave us the points that we had to have. Very fair deal for both. We have a deal with Canada, and I think it's a very good deal for both parties. been fake news for a long time. We don't want fake news. And by the way, not everybody is fake news, but we don't want fake news. Bad thing, very bad for our country. Stop it.
Turn off the lights.
And I say stop it.
Turn off the lights.